Good afternoon and welcome to the Vancouver Aquarium and Ocean Wise Initiative. My name is Katie. I'm giving you a big wave over here on the left of the habitat for this 145 Stellar Sea Lion training session. Happy Halloween. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's open up the program by giving a big round of applause to our two stars of the show, Amac and Kenai, our two male Stellar Sea Lions, and of course as well our awesome ring mammal trainers. We have Leonora working with Kenai, and over here we have Tiana working with Amac. Thank you guys all for giving them a big, wonderful, welcoming round of applause. So these are Stellar Sea Lions. This is a training session. Thank you all for joining us. Grab a seat if you're just joining us, and please do remember to stay off the boardwalk during the program so that everyone has a good chance to be able to see the boys in action. Amac and Kenai are two Stellar Sea Lions. That is the largest species of sea lion on the planet, and they are found locally. Has anyone seen a Stellar Sea Lion before on our coastline? Not too sure. How about harbor seal, close relative of a sea lion? How about you saw something but you do not know what it was? Thank you for being honest. We have a lot of awesome animals along this beautiful coastline in British Columbia. Sometimes they're seals, sometimes they're sea lions. Who is who? Let's figure it out right now. So one of the best ways you can tell who is who is actually just to look on the sides of their heads. As Amac and Kenai swim by you, look closely for little ear flaps. Does anyone see ear flaps on Kenai as he's up on that platform? Look closely, yes, he does have two little Tootsie Roll size ear flaps, Amac as well. That's a sign of an eared seal or a sea lion. And if you saw a true seal, like a harbor seal, you actually wouldn't see an ear flap. It'd just be a hole with the internal ear components without on the inside. So if you see ears, you're looking at a sea lion. Additionally, you can tell that you're looking at a sea lion or a seal by how they move on land. Amac here can hold himself upright on some big, impressive front flippers. You can see Kenai showing those flippers off right now, just how big and strong they are. Sea lions have a lot of upper body mobility. Seals, not so much. So if you see an animal holding themselves upright on the rocks, you're looking at a sea lion. If you see an animal wiggling around on their tummies like an inchworm, you're looking at a seal. Fun fact, does anyone know the word that we use to describe how seals move on land? It's a great word. It's called galumphing. So if you roll out of bed really awkwardly in the morning, you're probably galumphing like a seal does. And this is just a couple of ways you can figure out who's who on our coastline. We have harbor seals, Stellar Sea Lions, California sea lions, and Stellar Sea Lions in particular are an amazing species. These two boys are only 7 years old, and believe it or not, they are not done growing. Amac and Kenai are actually half brothers. They were born in Ocean Park Aquarium in Hong Kong, and they've been with us here now for almost 3 years. And they're gonna get bigger, but just off the bat, does anyone want to take a guess how much they weigh now? 500 what? Kilos?
Well, they're more than 500.
A little bit more for Amac,
700.
a little bit less for Kenai. So Kenai's just under 500 kilos. Amac getting closer to the 600 kilogram mark. But the average for a fully grown male Stellar Sea Lion is 1,000 kilograms. So almost 2 times their current size. So in about 3 or 4 years, when they hit 10 or 11 years old, believe it or not, Amac and Kenai could be double the size they currently are. Not so much double in length, more so double in girth, more this way than that way they're growing. Because these are two boys who are healthy, who are not rescue patients, who are completely in great shape. They're actually here to be some research assistants, because Stellar Sea Lions are in decline out in their native range. We can find them from California all the way to Alaska and even a little bit into Russia and Japan. But they've declined about 80% in their numbers since the 1980s. So these boys are here to help us understand more about this amazing animal. We really didn't know a lot about Stellar Sea Lions internationally, around the world. No one really knew too much about these animals when we noticed that their numbers were starting to plummet. And the only way we could figure out more, well, we can't really ask them, but we had to find a way to work with them in order to have that understanding of how to conserve their species. And it all starts here. It all starts with the training that you're seeing today and the relationship that's established between our trainers and our animals. What is the best way to make friends with a sea lion? What do you think?
Beat it.
Food. Food for our trainers and our animals. That is the best way to make friends with a sea lion. You do not want to do this on your own. These are professionals who are trained to be trainers, to work with animals. A lot of our trainers have backgrounds in psychology and marine biology. And for different animals, there are different forms of positive reinforcement. And that is the way we do all of our training. For a sea lion, it's about food. Many of us are probably very positively reinforced with food as well. I know I definitely am. But our training works like this. We ask for a behavior. If we see what we've asked for, we let that animal know by giving them something they find super positive, like fish, and then that lets them know that that was something that we really liked. If we see behaviors that we're not looking for, we just ignore it, move on, try something else, come back to it a little bit later. It's kind of like learning how to train a dog or a cat, even your own tiny human, sometimes even spouses, I'm told. And working with sea lions takes a lot of effort, a lot of practice. As you can see, these are large animals, and they're only going to get bigger. So establishing that trust is incredibly important, both for our trainers and for the animals. That's the only way we can take care of a half-ton animal. If they don't want to participate in any healthcare behaviors, they really don't have to. There's nothing we can do to change that, which is why we want to make sure that they are their own voluntary healthcare participants. That's something as simple as what Leonora is currently asking Kenai to do. Lay down, roll over, show me your flipper, open your mouth, just so we can check them head to toe, or nose to flipper in this case, to make sure that they are in good shape. But we can go a step further with our husbandry or healthcare behaviors, as it is the most important thing that we always train for, even before that research. And it involves making sure they're healthy on the inside too. How many of us have gone to the doctor recently? Okay, there are not enough hands up. No one has gone to the doctor recently. That's not a good sign. But you probably would go to the doctor a little bit more if you got positive reinforcement for doing that. So, who here, if you felt like it today, if I asked you right now, would give me a blood test? Yeah, nobody. Maybe one person. What if I said, if you give me a blood test right now,